What if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world? And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. Welcome to the awakening world.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Awakening World. I'm Love Coach Scott DeThomas, and we've got a really beautiful show planned for tonight. We're going to be exploring different ways to increase our connections to each other through community, our connections to higher realms through music, meditation, visualization, and even our connection to our galactic friends with John Martin and even Elizabeth April guiding the way. We're going to have some wonderful music, and it's going to be a great show. So welcome. I especially want to welcome our beloveds in the Zoom room with us live and direct. And also I want to welcome those of you watching on Facebook and YouTube. Some of you kind of stumbled on, wow, what is this? Well, stick around. You're going to enjoy yourself. And of course, a big thanks to everybody watching our recordings. A lot of you I know watch the recording. So let me tell you who we've got tonight. In no particular order, John Martin is back, and he has provided a beautiful new video of his recent connection with our star family. And we have a new friend with us. This is Kyan, and she comes highly recommended from our friend Anastara. So looking forward to learning about her medicine and her magic. And another new friend, Isa, coming to us from magical Mount Shasta. That's the vibe that'll get us off and running. Scotty Satori isn't a presenter, but I'm putting you up because we love you, Scotty. And I just got to bring you up because you're such a beloved member of our tribe. Diara is going to be here with prayer time. And our friends Ruth and Terry from the Enlightened World Network are with us tonight. And we're going to learn more about what they're up to. Omashar is in England. We're sending him love and prayers. And in his stead, our beloveds, Fanny and Vigari, are going to provide musical offerings tonight, coming to us from the great Pacific Northwest. Hello, beloveds.
Say something again.
Hello, hello. Greetings.
We hear you.
From Vancouver Island.
And how's the weather there today?
It's wonderful. It's sunny. It's a beautiful day. It's clear skies and great place to be.
August is the time to go to the Pacific Northwest. Definitely, definitely. Well, thank you for, usually you play later in the show, so I'm excited to see what you've created for an opening number tonight.
All right. Are you ready?
We are ready.
Messengers, we are the messengers of the stars. We are the dancers. Yes, we are the dancers. On est les rêveurs, on est rêve. On est les danseurs, on est la danse, danse, danse. We are the messengers of the stars. Le messager des étoiles. Stardust, starlight, pure love, pure light. We are reawakening, we are remembering that love, love is the sacred dance. We are stardust, starlight. Pure love, pure light. We are the lovers. We are love, love. On est les amoureux. On est l'amour. We are the singers. We are the song. On est les chansonniers, on est la chanson. We are singing. We are the messengers of the stars. We are stardust, starlight, pure love. We are reawakening. We are remembering that love, love is the sacred dance. Love is the sacred dance. We are the messengers of the stars. Remember who you are. stars remember. The messengers of the stars, as we are reawakening. Shall we say, shall we say?
Let's all send some twinkles and hearts and love. What a beautiful, just right off the bat, raising our vibration so beautifully, you two. Thank you. A lot of hearts coming your way. A lot of hearts. Mm, thank you so much. And looking forward to kind of your experience throughout the night and looking forward to two more musical numbers with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Before we get to our first guest, I want to read some of the comments that came in. And for those of you who came into the Zoom room a little bit later, the question was, who would you like to have more connection with, especially those that might be of another realm, another dimension? Um, and you can still put your answers into the chat box. And I'm going to read some of the first ones that come in. And I think Dana Tomasino probably spoke for a lot of us by saying, anyone at this point, as long as they're of pure love and light. And yes, discernment is definitely wise. Um, uh, Susan Blomquist's response was, this is a fun question. Connection with Mother Gaia, connection with her children of the earth, connection with my blue star friends, connection with the planets, all of those. Well, I think tonight, Susan, you're going to get some wonderful inspirations and maybe some tips and tools on how to do that. Sage from Minneapolis writes, I've had a fascination with ETs for a long time, and thanks to the Global Peace Tribe and Portal to Ascension for all the insights and intersections that we provide. Our pleasure, Sage. That's why we do it. Scotty Satori says, top of the aloha, everyone, sending waves of love and splashes of joy. You always bring the aloha spirit with you, Scotty. Thank you. I'm just going to read a couple more now, and I'll pepper them throughout the evening. Trisha from Ventura, California writes, I'm very open to more connection to the angels of light and my guides. I'm also open to connecting to non-human intelligence, though I'd like to start with the angels so they can protect me. I know less about connection to ETs than to angels. Beautiful. George Noble is quite experienced with ET, and he acknowledges his friend and our friend, Viviane Chauvet, the Arcturian ambassador that's been with us. And the last one I'll read for now is from Dia Therese, who says says she's ready for deeper connection with all the different uh, possibilities that I'd mentioned earlier. But the most outstanding one that she's really longing to connect with is Master Brother Yeshua. Absolutely. So may it be so, Dia. May it be so for each and every one of us. And to get us going deeper, it's my pleasure to bring up a new friend. It's her first time on the Awakening World, and she's coming to us from Mount Shasta. So what a perfect vortex for you to be in, Isa. And welcome to the Global Peace Tribe and to our Awakening World show.
Thank you so much, Scott. What love and beauty here. I am just really touched by
Yeah.
being with you all already.
Well, I can tell your vibe is our vibe. So welcome, sister.
Thank you so much.
Tell us a little bit about yourself since you're new to our community. We'd love to hear whatever you'd like to share.
Okay. So I For the last, I would say, 35 years, my life has been dedicated and devoted to healing and awakening on the planet. And it was never my plan to choose this path, or this path sort of grabbed me. Spirit sort of took me when I was in my early 20s. And I had an incredible awakening experience. And ever since that moment, and I just actually published a book about that called First Light. And since that moment, I have dedicated my life to this. And what that looks like currently for 35 years has been working as a channel, a medium, all the stuff, spiritual intuitive, healer, and especially shamanic energy medicine and mediumship and channeling and remotely and where I live in Ashland, Oregon.
Beautiful. And tell us a little bit which guides or energies do you channel?
Yes, so I'm still discovering new guides that wish to come through me, but currently I am channeling Yeshua. I am channeling the Divine Mother Collective and a Pleiadian collective that is called Aria as well, and an Archangel collective called Emmanuel. And all these different groups are the main beings, you could say, spirit guides that come through me for others. And at this time, especially, but I'm always opening to new. I sit often and ask if there is a new being or presence that wishes to come through me for the benefit of all.
Wow. Are you one of those people that experiences lots and lots of guides kind of waiting, saying, "Hey, hey, can I come in?"
I do have that experience. In fact, I've really had to work with that, Scott.
Discernment. That is discernment again, right?
That is right. I spent many years having to, we could say, polish and refine, I would say, at a young age, my energy boundaries and my container. I really had to spend a lot of time getting into my body first and creating a safe container so that my vessel could actually tolerate and sustain the high frequency as that kept evolving over time.
Mhm. And how's that going now, with all the changes going on in our world?
Thank you. I love this question. It's going beautifully. And I would say that because my mediumship is so active, I have to say recently, since the portal of energy that we have entered in June, where I was channeling about this, and my guidance was calling this the gateway to eternity, that we
Mm.
have truly entered a new doorway and level of consciousness that we really haven't seen before on the planet. And since that time period, I have really felt and experienced much in my mediumship and my physical body. It's been very, I have to say, at times very intense, the shifts that are happening in my physical vessel.
I'd love for people to put in the chat box that they've been having something similar if they can relate to that. And one of the things that's interesting, Isa, we've been doing this show for 6.5 years, and we have so many different people, whether it's an astrologer, a medical intuitive, a channel, but there really is this consistent theme that the energies coming onto the planet are unlike any that we've ever experienced before, and that we really are, many people see it as we're in a birth canal. I always like the analogy that, like the caterpillar, going into the chrysalis, and we are the imaginal cells, the imaginal souls, finding each other to create the butterfly. Does that resonate with kind of the way
Oh,
you're experiencing it?
that's really beautiful. Yes, it really, really is. I feel that we are being simultaneously activated and cleared in that activation. So there's a lot of clearing and shedding and releasing. And I also feel a level of support and benevolence that I have never felt this palpable. The veil feels so thin, and that support, the ETs and the galactic beings and the archangels, all of it, and that which we are, the vast presence that we are the same, right, as this. I feel this together, the clearing and the raising and the help. And there's such a sweetness. It's really a really precious time.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, in a moment, she's going to lead a meditation, but I want to read and respond to a couple of the messages in the chat box. Um, and it's interesting because we talked about discernment, and our beloved Paramahansa Yogananda, who's one of my favorite um, teachers, I love bringing up any excuse to bring up his picture. Um, he actually taught that the last lesson of master souls or older souls is discernment, and that indeed that was his lesson. He was learning discernment, even in his, enlightened state. Um, so it's very important to have discernment. And I was going to say that anyway, but then Karen S. just wrote in the chat box, ever since I read Autobiography of a Yogi in 1986, I've been fascinated with Babaji and would welcome experiences with him. And I'm going to share a quick story from a friend of mine named Betsy Hill. Betsy, a long time ago, actually, it was over a decade ago, traveled to the Himalayas and she just wanted to find Babaji. And she had, like Karen S. and many of us, she had read Autobiography of a Yogi. She loved Yogananda, but she had this same, you know, she had heard the stories that Babaji is still shows up. You can find a physical version of him. And so she went to the Himalayas and went through all sorts of adventures and found a very small group of people in meditation with Babaji. He never spoke. He just was in meditation the entire time. And I don't remember how long, but she stayed there for at least a few days. But here's the beautiful story that I'll never forget. It was very, very late at night, or maybe even early in the morning. Most everybody had gone to sleep, but she was still in meditation with him. And he opened his eyes and he looked at her. And he had very long hair. And he turned around and his hair kind of came over his face. And then he came back and he had Yogananda's face looking at her, beaming her with love. And then he turned around again, came back, was Babaji, and went back into meditation. And even telling that story, I get tears in the eyes because what a profound and beautiful experience to have. So, Karen S., I share that story with you as an inspiration that when the time comes, you'll have your own direct, beautiful experience with Brother Babaji. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Isa, who's going to lead us in a meditation.
Wonderful. Scott, thank you. Thank you for that beautiful story. So thank you for the music. That was just divine. So on sort of the sort of heels of that, I'm going to invite all of us together to begin with a couple of deep breaths together. I'm just really inviting you to take this precious moment to breathe very deeply and to begin to feel your body, this sacred vessel of light. And gently, I invite you to turn your attention from the outer world to your inner space. Just feel the inner space that lies deep inside your being. and allow your mind to gently descend as if you are walking down an inner ladder, slowly into your heart. Just feel your mind resting in your heart. And even if there is noise or there are thoughts, you can allow this like a radio sort of fading out in the distance. Just feeling yourself dropping within and down. You are sliding, in a sense, down this inner portal within, deep within your body. And expanding beyond your body as space. Be the space. And feel the space within every cell of your body and around you. Space. Welcoming anything that arises, allowing and resting in the stillness, the sweet silence of your essence. Resting and allowing the vastness and the greater presence to carry you, to hold you. allowing every cell of your being to be. In illumination. You are that. This stillness and this presence, this quiet. Rest with me here. And allow any burden or problem to let go to the divine. You can just let it go. You can surrender that to the greater field of awareness. And allow this grand illumination that is igniting in your cells now and your heart lighting up like twinkling stars made of the galaxies. Feel your light turning on in every cell of your being, physical and beyond. And feel this presence, which you are, is the same everywhere. Feel your mastery. You are a master. You are the light incarnate. You are the divine incarnate. And you are awake. And together we are amplifying this channel in each of us. Together. And when you are ready, I invite you to gently, if you wish, to open your eyes, to feel your awareness, and to return to this moment together as the grace that we all are.
Mhm.
And remember that we are the same as the light beings. We are light beings in form. We are the same as galactic beings, masters. We are that. We are that consciousness
Mhm.
together as one.
Mm. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to go to gallery view for a minute and let's send some twinkles and some appreciations and some love to Isa for that beautiful, gentle meditation. Absolutely beautiful. And Isa, the love is coming your way, definitely. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Well, I want to let people know how they can get more Isa. And we're going to start by taking a look at her website, which is her name, Isa Lara Marie. That's ISALARA Marie, MARIE.com. And of course, I see work with me. So tell us a little bit about how you might work with people. What's your favorite demographic group to work with, and what are your favorite offerings?
Okay, thank you. I love sharing in groups now in within my monthly teaching called Integrating Infinity. And this is just so juicy, the community that I've created, the group here for sharing teachings on healing and awakening through what I call absolute presence, returning to our absolute presence. Also on psychological integration and how to embody the light to really get in our bodies. It's the time of up and out, right, is over. And it's really about expanding through the body now and being present in. And also through shamanic energy medicine, which is one of my greatest loves to teach others. So the juice for me right now, Scott, is I just love empowering people.
Mm,
Like, I just want to help people remember the tools that you already have that maybe just got put on the side or you forgot about or need to be woken up and activated. And that is my biggest passion. Of course, I see private clients as well, and I love to channel. I love to channel for groups and individuals as well, and do all the other modalities as well, especially shamanic energy medicine. And I do teach Toltec shamanism and have a certification program in that as well.
wow, there's a lot that you got
Yeah.
going on. I'm going to go back to the website for a moment. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ways: spiritual awakening, shamanic energy, spiritual healing, manifesting. Of course, you're going to learn more about her. And of course, this is how you can contact her. So, again, it's Isa, Lara, Lara, Marie.com. And I think anybody working with you would be very, very blessed. Share, if you will, one of your recent success stories. What's a story of someone you've worked with that had a beautiful transformation or shift in their consciousness?
Okay. What comes to mind is I had a young teenager, young woman who came to me with extreme foot pain. nothing happened to her. She had seen many, many allopathic, medical doctors, tried everything, that kind of story. And she had this unexplainable foot pain that really was incapacitating her. And she came in for a private session. I did an energy scan on her and some channeling, and I discovered immediately that she was carrying a past life energy where she was injured. And I saw the whole, the life and what had happened to her and where and how that was still stored in her light body. And then we did several sessions weekly. We did 3 or 4 sessions weekly to try, to work with clearing this pattern. And she was not, she was a pretty normal person, like
Yeah, yeah.
this wasn't her reality, but she was like, I'll try anything, Isa. And she was open, but it was a stretch. And we did these sessions, and she left with no pain, and she runs track.
Wow.
And it just made me cry. She literally called me like a month later and said, Isa, I'm running track for the track team at high school. And it was just so moving.
Wow. I'm glad I asked you that question. What a wonderful, wonderful story. Well, no doubt you carry a lot of light. Perfect way to get our, continue tonight's theme of expanding our consciousness. And it's just lovely to meet you. And I hope you'll stay for the rest of the show. We've got a lot going on, and we'll bring you up a little bit later on if you're still with us. All right.
Thank you so much, Scott. And thank you, everyone. So much love, everyone.
Hmm. Thank you. One of my favorite parts of hosting this show is all the wonderful organizations we collaborate with. And of course, we collaborate with Soul Search, Portal to Ascension, Unity Earth. And I'm about to bring up 2 people that are part of another organization that has been carrying our shows for years. And we've had them on the show, but not for quite a while. So welcome back to the Awakening World, Ruth Anderson and your partner, Terry. Um, and thank you so much for the community you have been building and the wonderful work you're doing with the Enlightened World Network.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you. This is Terry Angel. And Terry and I have been working together for 7, almost 8 years now. Enlightened World Network is an organization that has Scott's shows on there, and it's been our pleasure to do so. We work predominantly with the angelic realm, with Christ consciousness, Divine Mother, with Source. We have also had other experiences of working with other worldly beings and guides, working with the Ascended Masters. So I think it feels like a broad group of beings that we work with. One of the reasons that I created Enlightened World, well, the only reason I created Enlightened World Network was Archangel Michael had suggested that I do that. And so I did it. I had zero idea about doing anything like podcasts or blogging or writing books or hosting folks to be on a network. I had no intention, no idea. Archangel Michael wanted me to do that, so I did that. He brought beautiful people into my realm, and Terry being one of them. One of the things that Enlightened World Network does is we host meditations almost every day of the year, and we're in our 5th year of doing that. And the reason we do it is to give folks the opportunity to step out of their heads and into their hearts and into oneness with the Creator and all that is. And so it's twofold. One is a safe community for like-minded folks to come together and spend time in meditation, but also an opportunity for light workers to come and share their messages, their learnings, and to build community. We've got such a beautiful, strong network of light workers that we support each other and we hook in with each other several times a month. It's just a beautiful community. And it's a safe place. It's a safe place for folks that are new to spirituality. It's a safe place for us to come and work together and explore different aspects of spirituality. And it's a new learning every day. It's been a delightful practice. Terry, what do you want to share?
I came to Ruth about 6 years ago, I think,
Something like
and
that.
7 years ago. And it's just been an adventure. I offer daily shows on Enlightened World Network, as well as twice a week, Ruth and I meditate together. And those are special experiences. But it is, like she said, a safe place. It's a place where we offer such a diverse amount of information, and whatever you're looking for, I think you can find it there. As if you're looking for love and light, anyway, because we only deal in the light realm. I'm excited about what's taking place tomorrow, and it's something that was an inspired thought, and this is how it works. One or the other, or both of us, will get an inspired thought, a download, if you will, and we're like, okay, we got the thought. Let's say our yes. I call that our sacred yes. And once we say our yes, everything falls into place. It's such a beautiful thing to watch how that happens. So I'm excited. And I know you're going to go through what we're doing tomorrow, Ruth. And I just appreciate being a part of this wonderful ministry.
Well, so tomorrow we're doing an all-day presence on Facebook and on YouTube, both under Enlightened World Network. And this was, again, Archangel Michael and his suggestion. He wants us to come together, give folks the opportunity to be really in sync. We are one with the planet, but to really heart to heart be feeling that pulsing heartbeat of the planet and being one. So tomorrow is called In Sync, our Heart Earth Connection. And on, like I said, Facebook and YouTube, we have 23 sessions. Some are sort of an hour, some are shorter, but 23 in a row. Most of them are guided meditations to experience that true oneness with the pulsing of the planet. So all day long, there's something new coming up, on every hour, but some of the half hours. And you can always go in to YouTube and watch the old ones. So on YouTube, we've got, I hate to say, I think it's over 8,000 videos. We've got this huge, huge amount of videos. So you can, like Terry said, you can find almost anything that you want to learn about spiritually. So anyway, that's what we are.
Ruth, do you want to share screen and show people your site? I do have your site pulled up if you need me to do it.
I'll see if I can do it so it looks good.
There we go.
Don't notice all the schmutz on the side. I've got a lot going on. So our website, Enlightened World Online, but it isn't always Terry and I on there. So this is about tomorrow, a day in sync, our Heart Earth Connection. And this isn't true. We're actually going till midnight now. But if you open it up, it's not going to open it up. Anyway, I'll just show you a quick around the website. Lorraine Butterfield comes to us from the UK. There we go. She actually channels Arcturian angels. So we do have an online grouping. We've sat in on the Galactic Federation, the Council of Light, working with Ashtar. I mean, we've had some very amazing experiences. But this is about tomorrow. So if you just read down here a little bit, I don't want to bore you with all of that, but here's the schedule, what all's coming up. and many of them are live. We learned because we have done several all-day events, and Terry and I get exhausted after 12 hours straight of being online with different
Oh my
hosts. And so we
gosh.
learned to pre-record some of them. So we will have, I think, 6 online live events tomorrow. All of the rest have been pre-recorded within the last couple days. So anyway, that's what's happening tomorrow. So in sync, a day in sync, our Heart Earth connection. And Terry and I were saying earlier, so many times people talk about, oh, we have to heal the planet. Oh, we have to, cleanse it, heal it, help it. And that was not at all what we were asked to do at all. It was purely about connecting our hearts and humanity's hearts to the heart of the planet. So just an
Mhm.
interesting perspective. So
Since you've had so many, beautiful and amazing people, a lot from what we're talking about today, what are some of the common themes or messages that you're hearing from multiple sources?
what I think is fun, Scott, is when several of us are getting the same curriculum at the same time.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so, yeah, so I see that because I host most of the meditations. And so we'll have a week where everybody's getting the same message. And whenever the meditators say, what do you want me to meditate on? I always say, whatever spirit is showing you, whatever is the most current that spirit is showing you, that's what we want. Um, Oneness with the creator, oneness with the planet, a lot of interest in otherworldly beings that are coming in and making themselves known. What's going to be happening with disclosure. And um, I think I think what we're seeing a lot of right now is people's individual growth, and in preparation for, not exactly sure what it's in preparation for, but everybody's got their opinions of what is preparation for. So, um, such divine love and support from the angelic realm, from the Christ consciousness, Divine Mother. Absolutely. That message is always coming out. Total acceptance of where each other are in our spiritual walks. So, very inclusive, very, very inclusive, really.
Beautiful. And Terry Angel, anything you'd like to share of consistencies of different guides that you've heard or that are coming through you?
Oh, absolutely. I've worked with angels my whole life. And so I've taught about the angels on Enlightened World Network. There's many videos that you can pull up there that introduces the individual angels and what they can bring to us and how we can work with them. Um, I just recently finished up a 7-month teaching on the rays of light and the angels and the masters that work with those rays and how we can connect in through that. I'm really excited about the offering that Ruth and I are doing tomorrow, talking about the chakras of Earth. And that may be new to some people. They may not have understood that the Earth contains chakras just like our bodies do.
Wow.
And as Ruth and I were talking, that the Earth also has the spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical body, just like our human bodies do. So I think it's going to be an interesting offering, and there will be a meditation to guide us into each of those places and help us to connect deeper with Earth.
Are there
We do a
specific,
lot.
oh, are
Sorry.
there specific places where there's a particular chakra, like the heart chakra in Sedona or something like that?
Yes, and we'll be covering all of those. We'll talk about what those places are, and then with the meditation, we'll have a graphic where you can see those in front of you on the screen, and go to those places in virtually, and
Right.
connect in and hold that energy.
That's wonderful. Please put into the chat box the link where people can go to either register or, just come in. If you could put that link in, that'd be wonderful. GR writes, I love Archangel Michael, so beautifully strong and protective. Um, and both of you, I know you have been doing this work for 8 years together. How wonderful to have such a soul partner as you both have with each other. Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
It's
It
such
is.
a
We were
blessing.
saying that to each other yesterday that, there's no one else in the world that I would want beside of me besides Ruth.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, that's beautiful. Well, I'm looking forward to dropping in tomorrow, during my breaks. And thank you so much for carrying our show all these years and for all the wonderful work you're doing. And maximum grace for tomorrow. May it just be a wonderful, wonderful day for all who are blessed to participate. And thank you so much for the wonderful work you're doing in the world. Really
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Scott.
Yeah. It's interesting you mentioned disclosure, and we've done probably about 25% of our shows now are with experts in the field and disclosure and what's really happening. And on Saturday night, we had my good friend Danny Sheehan on the show talking about, and I don't know if you're familiar with Danny, but he's an extraordinary man. I'm going to go just to remind everybody that on Sunday afternoon, Danny and his wonderful wife, Sarah Nelson, who's quite a light being, are going to be actually staying here in my home in Tiburon and doing an event at the Sunrise Center in Corte Madera. Now, for those of you in the San Francisco Bay Area, you can come and be with us live, which would be wonderful. Uh, but for the rest of you who are not available to, come in, please join us online, 2 p.m. Pacific time on Sunday afternoon. And we're going to get all the latest news from Danny about what's happening with disclosure. And, he represents several of the whistleblowers. He's the attorney that, goes before Congress. He's very involved in getting the legislation passed that we need. So please, everybody, join us on Sunday afternoon in person if you're in the Bay Area, or for everybody else online. Danny is quite an American hero and a real blessing. So thank you for mentioning disclosure, and it reminded me, yes, it's a good prompt to remind people about what's happening with Danny on Sunday.
That's
And
awesome. I met him actually at Contact in the Desert
oh,
and sat in on a lecture that he did there.
yeah, yeah, he's amazing. He represented Karen Silkwood before she was murdered. He represented Daniel Ellsberg in the Pentagon Papers. He represented our indigenous friends at Standing Rock. He's been the attorney for the little guy going up against the big guy for 50 years. He's really, truly an American hero. So. Thank you. And you are both American heroes as well, unsung heroes. So thank you for the beautiful work you're doing with the Enlightened World Network. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott.
Yeah.
Well, our next guest is also new to the awakening world, similar to Isa. She came to us referred by Anastara Maka. We love Anastara. We trust her very much. So it's my pleasure to introduce you to Kayan. Um, and she has a fascinating history. She's someone who's been doing wonderful work for a very long time. So welcome to the Awakening World, Kayan. And what would you like for our audience to know about you, just for starters?
Thank you so much for having me, Scott. I, first of all, would just like to say what an honor it is to be able to share and to be sharing with some really amazing people. Isa, what a beautiful meditation. Thank you so much for that. And I'm very excited to see the material that you, Ruth, and Terry are sharing on your network. I'm very honored to be a part of this amazing group of people. I, yes, was recommended here by my beautiful friend, mentor, and amazing being, Anastara Ma Ka. So I do hail from the Awakened Leadership Initiation Program in the 1111 University, where I am a certified mentor and work with Anastara in her program as well as one-on-one. So I'll talk a little bit more about that because she's got some really exciting things coming up. Me in my personal practice and my path has been a very exciting and full of variety. I have been everything from a circus performer to a nutritionist to healer of all different modalities. And in the last, Ruth, you were just talking about Archangel Michael, and in such a blessed way, I actually live right across the street from the shrine of Saint Michael and was guided 3 years ago to move out of the shadows and start sharing more publicly. So I have been writing a book. I am soon to be an author. I teach and talk a lot about polarity and chakra-based energy medicine. I've studied classical tantra for 3 decades, neo tantra for 2 decades. I do also work with men, women, and couples around releasing trauma from the body. As Isa was saying, we're moving out of this age of up and out, and we're really moving down and in and learning how to connect and channel our more awakened experiences through this experience, through our body. So I do a lot of work with somatic exercises. I help people to create very simple things in their life, very easy ways to have continued connection with the spirit world in your everyday life. One of my superpowers is to be able to really condense complex ideas into very simple, fun, easy to do practices. So I encourage clients of mine to cry, to sing, to yell, to punch a pillow, to I also am a very firm believer that sexual energy is sacred energy. So I do also teach self-pleasure practices and ways to learn how to move our energy through our body through breath work, tantric breath work. And my hands-on practice is a lot of energy medicine and energy healing. I teach people through the chakra system how to use their breath and visualization to find places where trauma is stored and stuck in the body and release it themselves through these various ways that I talked about. Mostly fun. I'm a firm believer of the beauty way. I believe that we can find prayer through pleasure and enlightenment through joy. And so I really try to help people find that in their path.
Beautiful. Uh, Margot Anand is one of my dearest friends. She and my wife passed away, but they were very, very, very close. And I
Yes.
produced Margot's entire DVD series. So, as a tantric uh, practitioner at a high level, I'm sure you're very familiar with Margot.
Yes.
And just last time, my good friend visiting me is we were talking about our friend Charles Muir, and I've known Charles for 30 years. So uh, that's a whole other that's a different show. But we do periodically do shows about Tantra. So I'll remember to bring you on next time we're doing that.
Yes, I would very much love that. Thank you.
I would love for you to share one or more practices that maybe you do for raising consciousness or connecting to other realms. Um, uh, and yeah, that's what tonight's all about. And you clearly have an incredible history and experience. So, anything you'd be willing to share?
Yeah. So again, in the spirit of kind of the kindergarten teacher, university professor vibe, I like to keep things real simple. And I teach people what I like to call spiritual hygiene. And really, that's your basic how to drop a grounding cord which I also teach people that we have a grounding cord that is always connected. You are always connected through your crown chakra and through your root chakra. So really, it's more about activating. So I teach people how to activate their grounding cord, just like anything else. The more awareness and the more attention that we're putting on something, the easier it is to have energy flow. So I do teach clearing, also cord cutting, very simple things like this. The very most simple thing that I wanted to share with you guys today is something that I learned myself through my own meditation practices and trial and error of being what at first I thought was, I wasn't a good meditator. I just couldn't do it. This is 20 some odd years ago and years of trying, and I just get so frustrated. And I just was sure that it just was never going to be my thing. And now, of course, I'm a daily meditator, and it's like such a huge part of my world and how I connect with my guides and with myself. And it really was not, it was the type of meditation. And so I came to learn that there's so many different ways to still the mind, to really be truly present in a moment. And it can be effortless. Like when I teach self-pleasure practices, it's one of the most um, simple and singular ways that we get completely into a moment. So with this, I learned with visualization where I was trying too hard, like with meditation, to do something or make something happen. And it was very mental. Someone would tell me, I want you to, visualize a golden orb. I want you to bring it down into your body. I want you to, bring it to a place where you have a pain. I'm doing the exercises, I'm breathing and I'm doing it. It's happening, it's working, but it's hard, it's struggle, and it feels like I'm efforting. And so I started to try many different ways to learn how to move energy in the body. And one of the things I learned many years ago that I teach pretty much everyone I work with is about using our eyes to focus our energy. So in the way, if any of you have ever taken a yoga class, or even if you've just done some kind of light meditation, you might have heard the word called drishti. And a drishti means a single pointed focus. So in a yoga class, it would be something unmoving that you would keep your focus on so that you can do a balancing pose effortlessly. You will use that as a point of focus. In meditation, one of the most common ones is to actually roll your eyes toward the third eye, to use the third eye as a point of drishti. And the actual action of moving the eyes this way also stimulates different parts of the what is the word I'm looking for? Meridians, thank you very much, that help open the pineal gland. So one of the things that I learned is that when I want to move the breath to a place in my body, I use my eyes. I'll have my eyes closed, and as a very simple visualization, I will follow my breath in my nose, behind my eyes, and then into my body wherever I want it to go. If I want my breath to go to my left knee, I will literally follow it with my eyes closed. And I would like us all to just try this, to think of a place, maybe somewhere that's really easy for you to identify that you're holding something, you have attention. And we're going to take a few breaths. And I want you to just try this method. If it's something that you've done before, great. If it's something very new to you, just trust me on this one. I am amazed at how instantly, by just using my eyes, I can go right to like in a yoga nidra, I can go right to my left little toe. I'm looking at it right now. Whereas I used to kind of lay there and just imagine what my toe looked like, but now I'm actually looking at it with my eyes. So let's take some deep breaths. Everyone, close your eyes. In through the nose and just allowing the breath to flood the body effortlessly and exhaling naturally. With the eyes closed on your next inhale, gently follow the breath with your eyes up behind your eyes, down all the way down to the root, to your tailbone. Good. Exhale. Inhaling, following your breath again to the tailbone, up through the nose with your eyes, following all the way down to your tailbone. Good. From here's where we activate our grounding cord. So again, Inhaling in through the nose, following the breath behind the eyes, down the spine, all the way to the root. And on this exhale, just activating, dropping, feeling the grounding cord connected down through layers of earth, all the way to the center, the iron core crystal at the center of the earth. And lock it in. On your next inhale, feeling the gold green rushing of the earth coming up through the spine, up into the body, rushing, filling. Exhaling down back through the cord to the center of the earth. She takes anything that does not belong, clearing, allowing. On your next inhale, breathing up through the cord, filling the body with gold green light all the way up to the tip of your head, to the tips of your fingers, eyelashes, behind your eyes. Exhaling down the cord, back down to the center of the earth. Anything that does not belong to you, she makes compost, reuses, revitalizes. On your next inhale, final inhale up through the cord, bringing this energy all the way, green gold light, all the way, filling it to the edges, all feeling your body tingle. Exhaling back down the cord, following the energy with your eyes, down the cord, down to the center of the earth. Now, as we're inhaling, find a place in your body where you know you're holding tension. A place that's been feeling tight, achy, stiff. Maybe it's a sharp pain, maybe it's an injury. We're going to use our breath. On your next inhale, use your breath and your eyes to go directly to that spot, bringing your breath with it, a white, blue, healing light. On your next inhale, inhaling white, blue, healing light, following it with your eyes all the way to this place in your body where you feel stuck, where you feel stiff, where you feel pain, filling that area with this blue, white, healing light. Exhaling anything that does not belong to you gets sucked right back down the grounding cord. On your next inhale, blue, white, healing, iridescent light coming in through your nose, following with your eyes, right to the place in your body, allowing this light to pierce through any stuck energy, opening, softening, clearing. As you exhale, anything that does not belong to you gets sucked back down the cord, straight to the center of the earth. We'll do one more final breath, inhaling through the nose, following your breath right to this stuck place, filling this area with healing light, white, piercing blue light. Feeling the opening. And as you exhale, allowing everything that does not belong to you to go back down the cord to the center of the earth. Breathing naturally, coming back down and in. Feeling yourself in your body. What do you feel? Are there any sensations? A tingling? A loosening? Take note of this area. Do you feel a shift? Has anything let go? Whenever you're ready, opening your eyes, coming back to the group.
Going to give people a minute to kind of come back gently into their bodies. And I would like to invite people to put in the chat box anything you experienced just now. It's always interesting to hear what people have experienced. I'd like to share that. And while they're doing that, Kyan, I've put your bio in, but I see your email, but I don't see a website for you. I see the website you sent for our beloved friend Anastara. Is there a website for you?
There's not one for me right now. I'm like, as I kind of said in the beginning, I've been guided to come out of my one-on-one work and really start to be more public with my work. So I do, one of the best ways that you can work with me is through Anastara's group. I am a mentor, certified mentor in the Awakened Leadership Initiation group. She is also, I did want to make sure, and
Yeah,
yes, this is it. This is
there it
beautiful.
is. Yeah.
Anastara Makha. Yes, and this particular group is for this is a group for women. We do have other offerings and calls and things that men can be involved in, as well as one-on-one sessions. This particular group is for women, and she's going to be having a master class on September 15th where you can really hear from her exactly what the course is about. I would like to share for me, because I'm the simplifier. For me, it really is the bridge from where you're at right now to where you really want to be. And the bridge is a not only a beautiful container and community of women that will guide you along this path, but the actual program itself is really next level. She has curated and really perfected some very easy, tangible methods to overcome what I think are a lot of common ascension symptoms that people are having right now. So she's just a wonderful person to work with, and I have been working with her for over 3 years now in this program. And yeah, so working, if you want to work with me there, that's one way. You can also, you're welcome to email me, and I'm happy to set up something personally with anyone who would like to work with me.
Beautiful. Well, most of the people watching are not in the chat box. They're watching on Facebook and YouTube. So I'm going to briefly, gently read how to reach her. You can reach her on Instagram at Kyan, Kyan Tix, Tix, Kyan Tix on Instagram. And I love her email address, Venus Violet Flame at gmail.com. Venus Violet Flame at gmail.com. I got to ask you, is there a story around that? I mean, there's three beautiful words put together, and you look like a Venus Violet. But so tell us about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that's actually a really beautiful, it's a really beautiful part of the integration of who I am and who I've become. I lovingly call myself the Venus Phoenix because I feel like one of my missions is to really bring love and beauty and passion and art up out of the ashes and into its rightful place as really important to our spiritual growth and our understanding of ourselves, to be able to contact these higher realms through true gratitude and appreciation and the juice.
Mhm, mhm.
So the I call my so that's that the Venus Phoenix, and then the Violet Flame. I really through meditation and guided practice have learned many, many years ago, 2 decades ago, that that is actually a lineage of mine. I come from the Keepers of the Violet Flame, and I'm sure that Terry probably knows a lot about that in her studies of the various rays, but is of the violet ray. And so a lot of my practices and my meditations and things are of connecting with and communicating through that particular realm. So I don't know if that helps. The violet flame is an alchemical tool used for transformation and transmutation. So it's something that anyone can use if you feel connected to it and it's something that works for you. I would wager you're probably of the same lineage as I am.
Well, it's interesting because we have Isa from Mount Shasta, and I always think of Saint Germain with the violet flame.
Yeah.
And there are those who believe that Saint Germain uh, is his spirit is very connected to Mount Shasta. I'm going to bring Isa up for a moment. So, is there a connection there between Saint Germain, Mount Shasta, the violet flame that makes sense here?
100%. Yes, thank you, Kyan. That was lovely. It was so lovely to meditate and receive your practices. Thank you for your medicine. Yeah, it's really beautiful. Saint Germain is, in my experience of the mountain here, Mount Shasta, which I spend a lot of time here, every time I am here in Mount Shasta, I am visited by Saint Germain.
Oh, wow.
The two beings that, well, there are several, but Saint Germain and Yeshua, yeah, chill
Just
bumps. And
full
I'm
body, like,
chilling,
ooh.
yeah, to the bone right now. Yeah, Saint Germain and Yeshua live, in the mountain. And every time I'm here and I'm anywhere in Mount Shasta, they are talking to me and visiting and speaking, and as well as many other, the Lemurians and other beings as well. But those two masters I have found to be really the main keepers here. And I am also of this lineage, which you are, Kayan, and many, many others, of the angelic keepers of the violet flame and Saint Germain. And yes, Scott, I've found Saint Germain to absolutely be one of the main keepers of the violet flame lineage, and many angelic keepers as well are that. And wow, is it strong here in Mount Shasta. This is Violet Flame Central.
It's so amazing. This happens a lot on the show. I mean, of course, inviting both of you were completely different experiences. I met you through completely different ways. Um, and here you are. I think you both have just met a soul sister. So a soul sister from another mother. So how beautiful. So definitely connect with each other because I see great things between the two of you.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, I felt it right when I first heard you speak.
that's
Amazing.
beautiful. That's beautiful. Oh, wonderful. Well, thank you both. Stay around because we have a
Thank
lot
you.
more. Wait till
Scott,
you meet.
can I just one more thing add here that on Astara, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that there is a class that's a call that's open for everyone, men, women, come one, come all, that is happening on September 15th, and it's called You're Not Crazy, You're Just Awakening. And this is going to be just a really great, fun way to get to know Anastara and the work and kind of our group and what we're all about. So be
Beautiful.
sure and check that out. And
Um,
I hope
can
to
can
get
you
to
put that in the chat box? And if you put the link in, I'll pull it up a little bit later on in the show.
will do. Thank you so much. Thank you again so much for having
My
me.
pleasure. Hope you'll come back again.
I would love to.
Great. Well, we have a lot to integrate, and my favorite way to integrate is through beautiful music. And my gosh, Isa and Kyan and Ruth and Terry are such high vibration. And thank goodness we've got high vibe music with Vigari and Star, also known as Fanny. And then after their musical offering, John Martin is going to join us. And then we have a message from Elizabeth April, and then prayer time with Giara, and then one more song from Fanny and Vigari, the Mystiques 1111, as they are known. So we're only about halfway through the show. So we've got a lot left, and it's my pleasure to turn it back over to our beloveds, the Mystiques 1111.
Yes, here we are. Well, thank you so much, Scott. I just want to say that several years ago we actually spent a night on Mount Shasta, but this was long before I ever knew how significant it was, in terms of, all the sacred things and cosmic things that that we know it's attached to nowadays. Anyway, we spent the night there, and in the morning, we went to a spring, a bubbling spring, and collected some water there. And it turned out to be some of the nicest tasting water that I've ever tasted. Just thought I'd throw that in there.
Yeah, I know that spring that you're talking about. A lot of people go to that spring and get the water. Every time I go to Mount Shasta, I fill up my bottles. So it's the headwaters of the Sacramento River, and it's literally coming straight from the earth. So I'm sure Isa knows all about it. So yeah.
Pure love.
Well, I guess all of this is in aid of creating a much better world, the kind of world that we all want to live in. And what better way to approach this than to show some homage to Mama Gaia, Mother Earth, the consciousness that is Mama Gaia, which is our song.
Mama Gaia, thank you. Mama Gaia. Sing a song of love. Chanson de lumière. Song of light. Chante une chanson. Chante une chanson. Chante une chanson d'amour. Song of love.
Chante une chanson. Chante une chanson. Chante une chanson pour la terre.
Sing a song for the earth. For the mountains and the rivers, for the gardens and flowers, for the feelings of wonders that nature gives and whispers. We're all a part of you, Mama Gaia. We're all a part of you. La 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 la
La la la la la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
For the sweet sounds of the earth and the secrets she has to share as we walk gently together in our dreams and hopes we treasure. We're all a part of you, Mama Gaia. We're all a part of you. Heaven is here. Heaven is you. Heaven on earth will see with you. That is the miracle. Give us
chante une chanson d'amour. Chante une chanson, chante une chanson, chante une chanson de lumière.
Song of light.
Chante une chanson, chante une chanson, chante une chanson d'amour. Chante une chanson, chante une chanson, chante une chanson pour la terre.
Qui volait cheveux. Qui volait les bagnoles, non. Qui volait boumba, qui volait.
That was so beautiful. Oh my. You two. It's amazing how two people can just create such a beautiful vibration. Thank you. Thank you. I want to remind people that you can find our beloveds at starchild.ca. Whoops, how come it's not coming up? Oh, there we go. Let me screen share it. Took a moment for it to come up. There we go. And that's where you can actually call them. Their number is right there. Starchild.ca is in Canada. And the album you want to buy is Awaken 1111. You can find it on Bandcamp. They are on Bandcamp as the Mystiques, Starchild and Vigari. And there's also on their website some lovely videos. So we just love you too. You're such precious, and you've been with us for quite a while. We've got some wonderful history with each other.
Yes, it's such an honor to be here and so uplifting and it just keeps us alive. It's such a world out there, and when we come into this channel, we are transmuted, and we are all in here together as angels, as being of light, and we continue our journey, and so blessed to be in your vibration of light. Thank you for everyone here.
Well, they're all Earth Angels, and I'm bringing up our Earth Angels right here. I mean, look at these beautiful Earth Angels that, are clearly here on this planet at this incredible time in human history to play your role. Thank you, all of you. And these are just the ones that are presenting tonight, but everybody watching, Everyone's here playing their role to raise our vibration, to raise consciousness. So thank you, each and every one of you. And possibly one of my very favorite earth angels, if not my favorite male earth angel, is this beautiful man, John Martin. John is my hero. The way that he talks to our galactic family is the way that I wish we all spoke to each other all the time. So, of course, he gets all these incredible visitations because he's such a gentle and loving man. Welcome back to the awakening world, John.
Scott, you are my hero. I am so blissed out right now. Wow, this has really been incredible, hasn't it? Wow,
Yeah, it's been very, very high vibration.
really has been. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's all leading up to you, John. This
Oh
was
my
all
goodness.
just like these are all appetizers to lead to the beautiful work that you do, the beautiful joy that you do. Um, and for those who don't know John, he's a extraordinary classical guitarist. He's played with Jimmy Carter, and he and Jimmy Carter talked about our galactic family, our galactic friends. Um, and he goes outside and he plays music and talks to our star family. And as a result, just has extraordinary sightings, which he has really got an adept at learning how to film. Um, and so, what else would you like to share with our audience about your experiences, John?
Scott, President Carter is very interesting in this way. We had dinner in Spain and we talked about UFOs. And so I used that beautiful experience with a very dear friend and then Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And you put those two ideas together. And I went out on my deck and I started playing guitar and I was projecting into the universe with my mind. I didn't know how to do it, but I did it anyway. And I was just projecting um, positive thought and love into the universe. And I had a little dog named Bodie. He was my partner for many years. He's passed now, but I took him out. And when I came back, there was a purple, really you could say violet craft with a pink ring that was spinning around the bottom third of the bell directly over my home. And it was in direct response to me doing that. And it was one of the most amazing events that I could imagine. It was so beautiful and the energy was so lovely. And so I kept playing guitar. And then four craft came, two sets of two over my courtyard in the middle of the day. Um, and it was just the universe acknowledging that we have that ability. We can interact on our own terms with the universe. And so I kept playing again. And then the really big ones came. They were in the shape of a cross and a crescent. They were at 45-degree angle coming over my courtyard. They were the size of office buildings. Burnished metal, be absolutely beautiful. And I was fumbling with my camera. I ran in to get it. And in my mind, they said, please don't take our picture. We'll give you something you can take a picture of. And a few days later, in that same spot, a beautiful heart-shaped cloud appeared. And that was the gift that they gave me. And they said they would give me a gift, and they did. And it was, I can't imagine a more beautiful gift from the universe. And I've had many, many of these. I call them aeroglyphs, and they have great meaning and importance. And I've had multiple, I can't even count how many interactions I've had with our star family. In this film that you'll see, it was Easter Monday, 2019. Scott, this was the first picture I shared with you when I first was on your show. And this beautiful higher dimensional being came out of this portal right at my courtyard. That's where I interact each night. We have an agreement. I go there and set up, and I can project with my mind in the universe, and they know it's me, and we have an agreement. And I go there and I play my music and I speak with our star family when I go outside. And um, so on Easter morning, it was, I don't know, around lunchtime, this portal opened up and this beautiful higher dimensional being came through. And I was able to get 4 or 5 pictures of it, but I turned away. This was kind of early in my experience. I wasn't quite ready for something of that magnitude. And I thought about it all day, and I was going, why did you turn away at that time? And so I went back to the park that night, as I always do, and this golden energy dropped down, and I apologized. I said, I'm really sorry I didn't give that lovely entity the time it deserved. And then this beautiful golden energy just expanded, understanding that it's a challenge for us, and we're stretching ourselves when we do this, and the love and the just the beautiful feelings they give you, Scott, it makes it all worthwhile. And really the reason I'm put so much time into this work is I feel we all have this ability. Every person tonight, you can see how completely unique each person is. And the universe knows that and recognizes and honors that. And so if we go outside and we interact with our star family and we introduce yourself, that's what I do. Hi, it's John Martin. I'm your guitarist friend. I'm friends with President Carter and Scott Thomas and Whitley Strieber and Alan Steinfeld, everyone, that means so much to me. And then these beautiful crafts start coming in, and it's a gorgeous experience. And I made a film for you today, and I hope you enjoy it.
These films are so beautiful. And so I invite everybody, John is a model of how to really just open our hearts and connect, whether you're wanting to connect to galactic family, deceased ancestors, loved ones that are far away. It's a beautiful modeling. So here we go. And thank you, John, for putting this video together specifically for tonight. I so appreciate it. Here we go.
It's my pleasure.
Hey, gorgeous one. My goodness. How absolutely beautiful. Hey, friends. Hey, beautiful ones. Thank you for coming to see me tonight. It is a great honor, dear friends. Wow. I'm not sure I've ever seen that. That is gorgeous. Hey, friends. Beautiful. Hey, lovely ones. Absolutely gorgeous. Wow. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you, sweet friends. Thanks for coming to see me tonight. Hope you're all doing well. So appreciate your beautiful energies, dear one. Thank you. Yes. Oh, my battery's going low. Don't go out on me now.
amazing. That's wonderful. Thank you, friends. Wonderful. Thank you, my friends. That's just great. What was that? Right there. I see you, friend. Wow. Beautiful. There, my friends. Fantastic. Gorgeous. There's a craft for sure. Thank you, beautiful ones. My gracious, that's beautiful. Wow. Lovely. Really. Come here, Bob. Much closer. Hey. You do that. There's another one right there. There's a plane behind it. Hey, friend. Wow. Hey, beautiful one. That's just truly amazing. Friend. Beautiful. Hey, loveliest. Hey, my dear ones. How gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful, dear friends. Fantastic.
signal, your music makes them feel the wonders of how the cosmos responds. I really feel that.
And I can feel your frequency, Altair, and you are aligned beautifully with the universe. And that's what happens is you're just naturally aligned with something that's so inspiring and so beautiful and so important and so loving and giving. And it's so amazing, really. That was my heart clap.
Yeah, I love that photo. Oh, I don't want it to be over. I'm going to go to gallery view for those of you. Turn on your cameras and send John some love. Isn't that just the most inspiring opportunity to drop into his world and experience our galactic family in such a beautiful way? Just amazing. And thank you. Look at all that love you're getting, John.
I'm so happy to be here, Scott. And thank you for being who you are. You created this space for so many of us, and thank you. You're such a dear brother.
Well, it's important for us to see beyond the mainstream news nonsense and to remember what's really happening. Remember, the beautiful rise of consciousness that we're all experiencing in our own unique ways, and to celebrate the real leaders of the new world, of the new earth, the new paradigm. And you and Kyan and Isa, all of the people on our show are, in my world, the real leaders that are experiencing and walking the talking, showing the way as we create heaven on earth.
I agree, and it feels like they're challenging us almost. I mean, with all of the kind of unreasonableness of the world these days. And, we have so much potential. We could be in such a beautiful world if we all can just, I don't know, just create the world that we want. And that's what I think we all have that opportunity. And I would invite everybody to go outside and share who you are with the universe, and the universe will reward you so beautifully. And they curate, Scott, they curate the experience for each of us. And when you said discernment, that is one of the words that they send to me. We have to discern. And I'm so pleased you said that, because that is a big part of being able to tap into this higher realm, and it just carries you well beyond what you think is possible.
Yeah.
And that's what drives me forward. And it's so exciting and fun. And I just love it. I really do.
Where I got the discernment, I was listening to an audio cassette from Paramahansa Yogananda giving a lecture way back, probably in the 50s or maybe even the 40s. They have these, you can get these audios from Self-Realization Fellowship. And he was saying that, everybody, he was doing a class, and there were people, it was live, people doing questions and answers with him. And he said that all beings, if they're in a human form, have some form of karma, some dharma, and lessons to learn, even master souls. So someone, thank God, asked him, well, what's your lesson? And he kind of chuckled a little bit. He said, well, my lesson is discernment, because I see the beauty of everyone and I want to help everyone. And my master, Yogananda, speaking of his master, Swami Sri Yukteswar, would be very stern with him and say, no, you should only personally get involved 5% of the time. 95% of the time, just bless people with maximum grace, and be very discerning of who you're actually going to personally get involved with, where you're really going to put your attention 5% of the time.
Oh,
And what's interesting is Yogananda passed at a fairly early age, and Sri Dayamata said that it was because he loved so many people and he took on so much karma
oh,
of
wow.
others, and that's why his body finally had to just give out. And so even our beloved Yogananda struggled with the discernment because of his desire to help everyone. And I think most of us, most light workers, have that challenge. It's hard to set boundaries because we want to show compassion to everybody. We want to help everybody. Um, 5% of the time, get involved. 95% of the time, just maximum grace, maximum grace, maximum
I
grace.
needed to hear that today. Thank you, Scott, because I think I overburden myself as well. And yeah.
I bet you almost everybody. I'm going to go to gallery view. Who's giving more than 5%? Right? I see a lot of hands going up there. So, and just remember that maximum grace meant with sincerity. It's a
Sure.
beautiful
Of
prayer.
course,
Beautiful
absolutely.
prayer. Yeah.
I had Darshan with Amma, and she
Oh,
asked me to stay up on stage with her. And I
wow.
had my phone. You normally wouldn't do anything, but I had my heart cloud on my phone, and I showed it to her. And she said, "A heart cloud, how lovely." And so I think
Oh,
it's an archetype, it's just a pure showing of love from the universe. And they've done that for me so many times. And I really think that's a new form of communication uh, that they are sharing with us now.
yeah,
And I think it's important. I really do.
yeah. Well, you talked about how hard it is in the outside world. What we're going to do next is we're going to watch a recent video. It came a few days ago from Elizabeth April. And I love Elizabeth. She's been on this show many, many times. She co-hosted our anniversary show many years ago. And by the way, some personal news for those of you who love Elizabeth, she's pregnant. She's going to have a second child.
Oh, wow.
But that's not what this video is about. The video we're going to see is a message from a Pleiadian that she frequently remote views and channels. And I just resonated so much, John, with this message. So let's hear from one of our Pleiadian elders who's has a very important message for humanity brought to us through Elizabeth April.
Hello again, everyone. Today I am presenting a very impactful, activating message from the Galactic Federation. As always, take it or leave it. This is a direct transcript from Kinetic, who is a Pleiadian being. He is sort of the head of the Pleiadian Security Council, and they specifically deal with Earth matters. Now, I didn't expect to get this transmission from him. So I was just sort of tuning in to what I needed to talk about in today's live. And he came in right away and started to basically give me this transmission, and I had to rapidly write it all down word for word. I want to say that a lot of extraterrestrials use certain words and configurations for a reason. It may sound jumbled, it may sound repetitive, but I'm telling you, there are activations within this message that are incredibly profound and very, very needed in humanity right now. So if you're feeling lost, afraid, confused, this message is for you. Kinetic. Dear fellow humans of Earth and Star Family, we come to you at this very important time on your planet. Many of you are wondering why things are the way that they are. Many of you are questioning your role. We are here to say that you are not lost, misguided, or being punished. You chose to be here at this time for a very important reason. Up until recently, that reason has been hidden from view. It has been distorted and manipulated. You have been focused outside of yourself and therefore confused about your true self. The time of unveiling is now. The end of the great deception is upon you. The reason for your existence is becoming clear. The world as you know it has already changed. The transition you have been feeling is happening. There is no end date to this transition. It will only intensify as you move forward. At this time, you must hold firm in your alignment to truth. With this being said, the truth objectively on your planet is being misguided and manipulated heavily. This is because of your understanding of truth is being redirected, and then your ability to create reality is being tarnished. When we say truth, we do not mean any construct or belief that is attached to your world. We simply mean truth as the unlimited energy flowing through you. Whether you want to refer to this as God, Source, consciousness, or fractals, it is all of that and more. When you attach yourself to one construct of what reality is, of what you deem to be real, then everything else exists contained within that limitation. When you allow your mind and heart to let go of limitation and hold space for two opposing forces, you allow yourself to experience the limitlessness of truth. The world around you will try and convince you of what truth is. It will try and trap you in fear and separation and limitation. What you fail to recognize in this state is that the world around you is you. That you must first step out of playing the victim and realize it is all you, all parts, all aspects. When you can first do that, then everything shifts. The limitation is you, and so is the limitlessness. You see, the truth in this universe is a paradox. As humans, you have been taught to know and believe in just one side. As you expand and question, you realize there are multiple sides. And as you let go of attachment, you come to understand that every side is truth. Once you can hold all aspects in reverence, you yourself are getting closer to the truth in its entirety. You see, fellow humans of Earth, you are far greater than what you have been taught or told. But you must forget everything you've learned in order to free yourself of these limitations. The great unraveling is all around you, but also within you. The truth is you. And it's not time to see what you've always been. And it's now time to see what you've always been. A being with unlimited potential and an ability to create worlds. We come to you with this message today. We hope this finds you well on your journey. Remember who you are and why you came. We are always with you, and now it's time for you to be with yourself in your entirety, Kinetic and the Galactic Councils. That's one you might want to replay. If you want to know more about the Galactic Federation, who they are, why they're here, and all of their beautiful messages, I have many, countless videos up on my website, and every single month I do a live remote view of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I talk to beings just like Kinetic to get the inside scoop on what humanity is going through. Thank you, fellow humans, for being here with me. What a ride we are on. But we have to let go of the limitations to truly find ourselves. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with another starseed that you have nearby. Bye for now.
And her website is elizabethapril.com, elizabethapril.com. And I strongly recommend people go there. And Elizabeth's quite amazing. I'm going to bring up our other friends because I'd love to get responses from Kyan and Isa, Star and Vigari, also known as Fanny. Going to bring up Diara. And I'll also, read messages that come in the chat box. But how did that resonate for any of you? Anybody wish to share what what that message brings up for you?
Truth with a capital T.
Yeah.
And like she said, it's an activation, just listening to that, just feeling the activation occurring as well as the cognitive resonance.
Beautiful, thank you. From our other, don't be shy. I'd love to hear from each of you what comes up for you around that message. John, what comes up for you?
It's just all available to us when we do tap in. Then you can actually hear the voices and then the messages, and it's a discipline to be able to do that. And we all have discipline in our lives, in different ways. And when you're able to do that in this realm, then these higher dimensional beings will start giving you these messages that are of great importance. So yeah, I resonated with her when she was you interviewed her, and she had all the orbs coming around her. I remember that. You've had that, Scott. And that's when you're tapping into the higher realms. And it's just fascinating to me. I'm a classically trained musician, so my mind stays in the world of music. But it also brings in, incredible humans and then beyond as well. We are growing in quantum leaps, and it's a great journey. And I'm just here for the ride, basically.
Beautiful. Kyan, what are your thoughts?
Well, I just love Elizabeth April and what she shares with all of us. First of all, I loved when she said, "You are the truth." That really hit me. I feel like, one of the things that I've been learning through my own practice and really find important is just like what is there when we distill, like what John was just saying, like that quiet place where you can really hear and be present. And knowing that we have that we are the truth. I think that we have the resource inside of us to have that communication and connection is very empowering. And I think we're in a very empowering time. We're learning how to take the reins of our own spiritual journey, and it's a really beautiful thing to be a part of.
Yeah, on the subject of truth, I make my living as a relationship coach, and it's so sad to see people fighting over the truth. Everyone who went to war thought they had the truth, but the people on the other side thought they had the truth. And I really liked what Kinetic said about truth, that we have to learn how to see the whole big picture and not get attached to our limited belief system perception of truth. But I think, if I recall what she said, everything is truth. Everything, John Lilly had a great line, which was that everything exists to the degree with which it's imagined. That's the world we're in. Fanny, also known as Star and Vigari, what thoughts would you like to share?
Yeah, well, we do actually tune into Elizabeth's channel every once in a while, and we find that a lot of what she says is just right on point. And yes, it's just another realization that we're at a point where we need to expand our thinking, expand our ideas of what you know, of what our reality is. There's so much that we haven't been taught, and there's so much out there. There's so much in us that we need to come to terms with. So I'm rambling a bit, but
No, and I know
I
that,
agree.
I don't mean to put anybody on the spot, but I just, I have such respect for each and every one of you.
And we are
Fanny?
supporting her, this technology of the Lila with titanium balls that are helping. It's the science she's been supporting, been creating to help us. To help us with all this negative that's going on. And you know what? When we received it, they say, oh, there's 5 balls of titanium inside, and they are purple. And this is also titanium. It will last 10,000 years. And they say only put 3 balls to start, so you can have a gentle moment with the readjusting with your body and the energy that's putting. Well, me, star child, I'm just a wild woman. I put 5 balls in it, and when I put the 5 balls, I felt like a veil, like a like something. I've come into another world. I could feel this other world that was enhancing my energy. It was very magic, because when you put only 3, you feel it gently, but the 5 balls was very, very something I recognize. Like there was a energy wall. It was very magical. So we love the Lila. We support and trust her. This being is Elizabeth April. I think we're so blessed to have her wisdom into our lives, and we are able to live up to much of this creativity and truth.
Susan Sabbath is asking, where do you purchase the titanium balls?
Well, the titanium balls, you go on her site and she supports it with the scientist that is also. Actually, it's called the Lila.
Yeah, Lila Quantum is the name of the company that puts those
Yeah,
out.
Lila Quantum. But if you go on her site.com, Elizabeth April, I'm sure because she is supporting this. So.
I see. Okay. Good to know.
And I trust.
Yes, yeah. Beautiful. Isa, you look like you're in a deep meditative state, but love to give you an opportunity to share anything before we move into our prayer time.
Yes, apparently I'm hailing from the void at the moment. It's getting dark, and I hope you can still see me.
We can see enough to know that you're there.
I am here, hailing from the void. That was lovely, and what it really touched for me was just this deeper reminder of what I have experienced in my deeper spiritual awakenings. And that is that there, I found this place, or sort of emerged into this place, realizing that truly everything within us that we are, this essence, the self, I call it, that we are seeing this everywhere. That what we see, what we experience, everything, all of it is truly an emanation of what we are. It's truly the same. And so we can really welcome and include everything, all sides, everything within each of us, all of our emotions, our sensations, our thoughts, and that we get to not push anything away or judge anything. And I found that as I've sort of landed there and emerging in that, as we look out from that state, we can see the self everywhere, that it is all that, and that it looks different, it has different form, right? Appearances, but truly, I'm looking at myself, you, Scott, the God presence, you and John, and we are, and the galactic family, and all that we see is this.
Mm.
And so that truth, that inclusion, it's just as we can land here in that, all war ends, all greed ends, right? All power, because how can you not take care of the other who is the self, or help or listen, even if there are differences? And it really expands us into this incredible generosity of heart and allowing. And so I really appreciated that touching. And now we have a train. I wonder if you can hear that
No,
coming
we
through
don't hear
Mount
the train.
Shasta. Beautiful.
I know the train in
Right?
Shasta. Oh, that beautifully described. Well, thank you, everyone. Um, each of you have just contributed so beautifully tonight. We are going to go to prayer time with Tiara, a couple of Global Peace Tribe announcements, and then we'll close out with a final song from the Mystiques. And I'm going to put the spotlight on Tiara.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, everyone. I just put in the chat, that's the love train that we can hear going by. And so much richness tonight. We started in the green room at the beginning with John previewing the video, and that set the whole tone for this gentle, deep, profound experience. And then bringing in Ruth and Terry, Isa and Kyan, just deepening, deepening, deepening. And when Isa, you were doing the prayer, and Kyan, when you were doing your prayer, anchoring us into the center of the earth, I found myself taking a carabiner, one of those clamps that they use for mountain climbing, and using that to hook into the iron crystal core of earth. And just thought that was such a beautiful analogy for the internal mountain climbing that we're doing as we go deeper and then back up and out. And in the beginning, I wrote down at the start of our show when Scott asked us to put into the chat what our desires were for tonight. We were doing exactly what Elizabeth April said. We were being creators and putting out into the world what we were desiring to see tonight. And I have a feeling that that's going to continue throughout tonight, today, tomorrow, as people are listening to the replay. When we ask to know Yeshua more deeply, when we ask to know more about our guides, when we ask to know greater connection with loved ones on the other side. I know the dreams I've been having lately have been very profound and very connected in a lucid, tangible way to the other side. So yes, as Omashar said the other day, what veils? There are no veils. We're being present to the all of it. And I love the reference to the Garden of Eden and our earthly delight. I'm looking at our gallery view, and John, just to bless you, your gentility and your humbleness, your humility is such a great teaching by example, a great leadership. And of course they love you because you love them so much. And oh, just the holding the all of it. That's something that we've been practicing for over a year consciously in our prayer time in particular. And we've had shows where there have been people looking at different points of view, and it's like we take it and we're able to hold all of it, that it's inclusive within the diversity. And so we're being asked to continue that and deepen that as well. And I know there's a lot coming in the chat. What I have written down, I just mentioned Omashar, so sending prayers out to him on his journey to England with his mom, and to all those of us that are facing transitions of loved ones. We just, as Scott said at the beginning, Larry Dossey just passed, and of course, our beloved Dolly Parton. And so just sending prayers and connections out to all those that we love, recent, and there is no time and space. So no matter how long our loved ones have been transitioned from their earthly forms, we know that they're with us and around us. So as we continue to ramp up the field, continuing to not only raise our vibration, but anchor it in at the same time. I'm scrolling back, prayers for people in Indiana that still have no power, no electrical power. And I guess there's a border of Tibet, Nepal. So praying for peace all around our planet. And so many of our speakers on the show remind us that peace begins within, that as we learn to embrace the all of who we are, the lovely and the not so lovely, when we don't push that away, as was said, and we bring that in and have more acceptance for all of our humanness, that's when we become more divine. That's when we can emanate more peace. And if we can manage just 5% of our own being and increase that up to 95% of our own discipline, that being the root word of disciple, our own self-discipline, managing our thoughts, our feelings, and forgiveness, forgiving ourselves when we're not always as kind as we'd like to be to ourselves, to others. Back to praying for those of us in the Zoom room and listening tonight and beyond for physical healing, and asking that we release any thoughts about selfishness so that we can tend to ourselves even more deeply, learn to love ourselves even more deeply, and that we're examples of this to the children. And that when we see unkindness in the world, we can be an example in that moment, maybe speaking out, maybe even just a touch or a look showing that we don't agree with something that we just heard, because that carries the ripples in the pond. That changes the frequency that goes out. So I'm just feeling into the chat rather than reading it, because it takes me out of the space I'm in. Just everything that you've put in the chat that your heart desires, we're adding incredible amounts of energy to it. I can feel the beings supporting us, helping us with that. I can feel the energy in my hands increasing. So using all of our magical powers, using all of our creator's intent, our curation of what we desire in our lives and the lives of our loved ones and beyond. And then bringing it back to what Scott always teaches us is maximum grace, because we don't always know what a person's path is, what their journey is. And so surrendering, turning it over, letting go. And just allowing all this to mix into the field as we're getting ready to turn it back to Scott for announcements, and then being blessed again by Fanny Starchild and Vigari. And I'm inviting more beings into our field, known and unknown, as we balance this expansion and contraction of what it means to be divinely human and humanly divine. I'm so grateful and honored to be given this space. So much love, so much light, and so much truth with a capital T. And so it is.
Thank you, Diara. I'm going to go to gallery view and let's just have a minute or two
Ooh,
of
that
silence
was
for us to all just put forward whatever prayer that we each want to put out for whatever's alive in your heart. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, dear. A couple of quick announcements before we do our closing song. I always like to let people know what we've got coming up, and we have a wonderful weekend with three very special events. Let's start with our Saturday night show. Diara and Jeffrey Colbrook have done a lot to make Saturday Night Show really an all-star event. I mean, just incredible people. Marshall Lefferts, Andrew Friedman, musical artist Gina Sala, and a lot of our friends from the International Space Federation. And we actually have other people coming in. I think Jeffrey's invited everybody on the planet. So it's going to be an incredible show, all focusing on conscious education. And, there's just nothing more important than educating. Definitely join us on Saturday night. It's going to be an amazing show. It's going to probably be a long one. So drink some green tea. And thank you, Jeffrey and DR, for all you've done to create what's really going to be an amazing show. And then Sunday, wow, what a Sunday. Sunday with the Global Peace Tribe. And it's going to start with our celebration of our beloved Tatiana's online wedding. She had her in-person wedding for her family, but we're going to have a special online ceremony with her. Music from Gary Malkin and Kristen Hoffman. And we're going to hear from Kroll and Becky Suzik. It's going to be really amazing. Reminder everybody to mute yourselves, please. So definitely Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Consider it to be like a Sacred Sunday show. It'll be truly a beautiful, beautiful experience. And then again, Sunday afternoon is when we're going to have this really incredible time with Danny Sheehan and his wife, Sarah Nelson. And they both are so beautiful and very wise, and they have a lot to share. So if you haven't registered already, it's only $5 for the Zoom room tickets. Again, if you go to, there we go. If you go to the Sunrise Center link, I'll put in the chat box one more time. And please join us. It's going to be a powerful event. I'll be hosting the Zoom room and making sure that your questions get to Danny and Sarah. I also didn't get a chance to show where you can get John Martin's book. So I want to do that now. John has this beautiful book. And of course, John's book would be called The Universe Loves You, because John emanates how he loves the universe and the universe loves us all back. So if you go to Amazon, just put in The Universe Loves You. It'll come right up, by John Martin. And let's all support John by getting his book. It's a beautiful, beautiful book. So those are the Global Peace Tribe announcements. I'll put those into the chat box. And I'm turning it over to our beloved, the Mystiques 1111, also known as Fanny, also known as Star, and Vagari.
Thank you, Scott.
Absolutely.
Just has to look. Here we are into the space, this universe. your light.
Oh, wow. What an incredible way to finish an incredible evening. You two are the best. God bless you. I'm going to go to gallery view. For those who have their cameras on, let's send love, hugs, twinkles. And thank you to those of you moving and grooving. I so enjoyed watching everybody dancing, and I sure got, you took me off. I'm also helps that I'm on the 8th day of a cleanse. So anyway, I love you two so much. Thank you. That was magnificent. And you're just the best. Everybody, the Mystiques, find them on Bandcamp. The Mystiques 1111, get their Awaken 1111 album, please. Or go to starchild.ca. Starchild.ca.
Thank you so much, Scott. And thanks everyone for being here this evening.
Absolutely. Thank you both. I'm going to bring up all of our guests one last time so we can appreciate these wonderful souls who have enlightened us and helped inspire us. Thank you so much, each and every one of you. Yeah, we got everybody there. Okay. Thank you. And good night. Have a beautiful, beautiful few days. Saturday night, great show, Conscious Education. And then Sunday, Tatiana's online wedding. And then Danny and Sarah in the afternoon. We have a wonderful weekend ahead.